Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Russellville Cyclone football. As we see the co-captains coming to the 50-yard line on a homecoming night here for the Russellville Cyclones. Number 88 is Jeff Van Olen. Unfortunately, he is not in uniform tonight except for his jersey. We do have other co-captains, though, as Jeff will be one of those co-captains, although he will not be in action tonight. 52 is Cameron Coker. 35 is Logan Pruitt. And number 75 is Brad Crow. So there are the co-captains for the Cyclones this evening. A night of festivities. We also have some honorary captains for tonight's game. Lee Owens. Along with, that is Rex Harris over there. So these are the honorary captains also for this homecoming night. As we march out to the 50-yard line and now to midfield along the 50 to meet the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Their co-captains include number 13, who is Hayden Martin. We'll catch the others as they come forward. Number 82 is Garrett Yuchman. And see if I can catch the other one. Number 1 is Taylor Bartlett. Those are the tri-captains for Little Rock Catholic, dressed in their road uniforms this evening of bright blue, white jerseys with blue and gold numerals. Actually, blue numerals with gold trim. Cyclones in their home, of course, red jerseys, white trim, black pants, and black and red helmets. Russellville apparently has won the toss, decided to defer to the second half, and now it'll be up to what Little Rock Catholic would like to do. The Russellville Cyclones will defend the north goal and will receive. Little Rock Catholic is going to kick to begin the first half, so a very interesting turn of events there, as even though Russellville won the toss and deferred to the second half, Little Rock Catholic decides they want to go on defense to begin the ball game, and the Cyclones will have the football first here at Cyclone Stadium on a homecoming night. You always want to win your homecoming. Cyclones head back to join the rest of the Cyclones. As you see, they're coming from the field house and will make their way into the smoke-filled tunnel to be welcomed onto the field by the pep squad, drill team, and, of course, the Russellville High School cheerleaders. The Cyclones, of course, this is a big ball game, a critical ball game for the Cyclones, who have, I think, surprised a lot of people this season already and are ranked in the top 10 in the state. Tonight against a very tough opponent in Little Rock Catholic, who play their ball games, their home games, at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. And this, of course, is a major step here for the Cyclones this evening, as they are in quest, of course, of a conference title and also a state playoff berth. All that, and a lot of it rides on this game tonight. Of course, every game is a big ball game. There are the Cyclone cheerleaders, and ready to bring the Cyclones onto the field. Andrew Tryon, number 2, leads the way. You also see there Avrian Collins, number 5, and the rest of the Cyclones as they trot on to the south end zone, where they will be involved in the pregame prayer. And there is number 9 back in uniform this evening, Barrett Hughes. The starting quarterback who has missed the past 2+ games with a shoulder injury, but he was holding on to a football there a moment ago, and we expect to see him in action tonight. You see the Cyclones do kneel for the pregame prayer with head coach Jeff Holt in the south end zone, and we're going to be ready for play-by-play action. Want to remind you to be looking in that lower left side of your screen for the sponsors of Russell Cyclone football telecasts on IMC Studios Sportswatch. Please watch those, because let me tell you, these sponsors are the ones that make it possible for us to bring you these games week after week after week. There is the Russell Cyclone band getting fired up for the ball game. But remember, Arkansas Valley Anesthesia Associates, Doctors Johnston and Richardson, Innovative Industrial Solutions, Kimes Lyons Physical Therapy, Laser Cartridge Plus, Liberty Bank of Arkansas, Little John's Transportation Services Incorporated, Max Nutrition, Russell Cyclone Football Booster Club, Simmons Bank, Sorrell's Body Shop Inc., and Tyson Foods. And again, without them, we couldn't bring you these telecasts that showcase our young people here in the Arkansas River Valley and in the Russellville School District. And of course, we not only show you the football team, but all of those that are involved, whether they're fans, whether they're in the band, whether they are a member of the cheerleading squad or drill team. It's all a part of great high school, the high school life, I guess you can say. High school athletics, the high school life itself. All right, the Cyclones get ready. They will be on. Well, looks like they changed their mind a little bit from the opening idea there at the 50-yard line. And Zach Hocker is going to kick off, and Little Rock Catholic will get the ball. So here's the guy that they put on the scoreboard. What a toe. Here's Zach Hocker, number 18, and they're away in the kick, Little Rock Catholic, and we're just about ready to get this ball game underway. And that one goes through the end zone. It'll be a first down, Little Rock Catholic. First series for the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Bring a man in motion and hand it off to the tailback, the first man through. Not much going there as we look at it on the instant replay from ground level. Fake it to the motion man and then hand it off to the first running back through. That's number 26, Quint Thomas. So Thomas with no gain on the play, second down and 10. Wide receivers, 3 of them go split right. Shotgun formation. Rolling right. Firing. It's complete out to the 33-yard line. The pass was complete from Taylor Bartlett, the quarterback, to number 10, Blaine Tanner. Enough for a first down. And some plays that, interestingly enough, look very familiar since they look a lot like plays that Russellville runs. 34-yard line it is, first down and 10. Bartlett has a man split to the narrow side of the field. That's at the top of your screen, and a man in the slot. Bartlett at quarterback under center this time, brings a man in motion. Handed off to the tailback. And a good run across the out to the 45-yard line, may be enough for another first down. That is Quinton Thomas. He's just a sophomore, number 26, but good speed, got to the corner in a hurry, and the football is all the way out almost to the 45-yard line, and another Little Rock Catholic first down. And I know that the Cyclone defense, this proud Cyclone defense, wanting to make a stop here and make a statement early. Bartlett in the shotgun, brings a man in motion. Play action, looking, throws the screen and is almost intercepted. The pass was intended for Chase Miller, number 15, overthrown. And the Cyclones were just nearly in position for a big interception, and that would have been a touchdown. But 2nd and 10 for Catholic. From their own 44-yard line, we've played just a little over a minute. 10:52 left to go in the first quarter. Twins, both right and left, are the wide receivers for the Catholic Rockets. Bartlett from the shotgun throws out of the backfield. It is complete. 45 and out to the 47-yard line. Good stop by the Cyclones turned in. Let's look at it again from ground level. It's the quick pass. And over there to make a very quick hit, Blake Robinson, number 10. The pass was received by Bonner Chilton, a junior, number 5. So the football moved out to the 46-yard line, pick up a 5. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. Twin receivers, wide side of the field, that's to the right. Quick pitch on the corner. 45 to the 50-yard line and out into Cyclone territory, down to about the 46 or 47-yard line. Carrying the football was Michael Barr, a junior, number 11. They've had a number of running backs already. 4th and a yard. It will be for Catholic from the 47-yard line of the Cyclones. 9:40 and the clock moving here in the first quarter, and Russellville has played on defense the entire time here in the first quarter. Well, Little Rock Catholic's going to go for it. 4th and a yard. Bartlett at quarterback. Gives it to the tailback, and he has enough for the first down. Down to about the 43-yard line. Looked like that was Quiet and Thomas, number 26, carrying the football to be a first down. First down for Catholic at the 43-yard line of the Cyclones. And let me tell you, the Catholic Rockets have come out of the chute like a rocket and have moved right down the field after Zach Hocker put the kickoff into the end zone. As Thomas, once again, the sophomore, picks up about 3 over the left side. We have Bradford Webb, number 1, in on the play, along with Andrew Tryon, number 2. Picked up about 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. That time a quick pitch play to Quiet and Thomas as he comes out of the football game now. But they've used a number of formations and a number of plays here early already in this drive. Bartlett back from the shotgun. Man in motion. Rolls back to the soft side. Oh, and a nice drop there by Blake Robinson. Dropping the receiver, Jeff Grimes, number 7, for a loss on the play. And Blake Robinson was right over there at the right place at the right time. 3rd down and 9, you can see the back chain gang marker and then that 3rd down marker. So it's a 3rd down and 9. There's the homecoming royalty enjoying the football game from the sidelines. 3 wide receivers to the near side. And we're going to have a whistle on the play. We're beginning an option play. Bartlett was, but the whistle blew, and let's see who the infraction is on. Usually that's a false start situation, and that's what it is, false start on the offense. Bring it back to the 47-yard line, makes it 3rd down and 14. 3rd and 14 from the 47. Wide receiver comes to the near side. Bartlett wants to throw the football. Rolls away from the pressure. Fires on the run and incomplete. A little high and outside. on that pass attempt, incomplete. It was intended for Bonner Chilton, number 5. Andrew Tryon, number 2, had coverage for the Cyclones. Andrew, the senior, 5'10", 175-pounder. So that brings up a 4th down. And the Cyclone defense has made some adjustments, and Catholic is apparently going to boot the football away. Avery and Tom Collins is deep. Good snap, and the return is on. And a fair catch for the Cyclones. Avery and Collins, Cyclones, their offensive series coming up. So the Cyclones at the 10-yard line, and that's what you know that these punt returners are told. Don't go back any further than the 10-yard line. Anything over your head there, let it go to get into the end zone. In that case, Avery and Collins was right at the 10. Quick pitch comes on around the right end to Jacob Sparks with a quick opening play. Oh, but we have a flag already, and it looks like it's holding against the Cyclones. And, of course, in there at quarterback for the first time in 2.5 games, Barrett Hughes, number 9, after that shoulder injury. Got to give a lot of kudos to Lane Reeves. The young sophomore filled in very well for the Cyclones at quarterback during the injury absence of Barrett Hughes. Well, half the distance to the goal is the penalty, moves it back to outside the 5-yard line after that holding call. And now Jacob Sparks and Barrett Hughes are standing in their own end zone to receive this snap in shotgun formation. Cyclones have their backs to the wall. Quick pass, complete, and out to about the 8-yard line. Looked like the ball popped loose. Avery and Collins was on the receiving end of that pass. Give the Cyclones a little more running room, or operating room, out to the 9. 2nd down, and it is still 11 to go. Barrett Hughes, I know how excited he's got to be back in the ball game tonight, particularly on homecoming, and he is hated to be away from being in the Cyclone lineup. Under center. Hughes back to throw. Gonna loft it out there, and incomplete. And a late flag. You see it thrown there. Avery and Collins pleading his case. And that pass, a very late flag, and they flag number 18, Charlie Gardner, for a pass interference call. But late or no, the flag was thrown, pass interference against Little Rock Catholic. It'll be a 1st down for Russellville following the mark-off of the penalty. You could see Avery and Collins pleading his case to the official, and I don't know whether he was just slow in getting the flag out of his pocket or whether he finally said, well, that makes sense. So whatever the situation was, the flag was thrown, and the yardage marked off out to the 26-yard line. Under center, Barrett Hughes. Handed off to Jacob Sparks, but boy, there is nothing going there. Look at all those white and blue jerseys. Woo! First one there, number 4, Taylor Maddox, a senior, number 4. But nothing doing there for Cyclone tailback Jacob Sparks. Lost back to the 23-yard line. Wide receiver left is Collins. Twin receivers to the near side of the field. Offset eye in the backfield. And the official blows the whistle. A flag on the play, offsides against Catholic. So apparently Catholic jumped across the neutral zone and made contact. So the football placed at the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now for Russellville. Up to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers go split left. Barrett Hughes in the shotgun formation now. Roll away, throws back with this little screen pass. Oh, and Demarius Neal had a big play set up, but he slipped down. We've had a lot of rain, of course, as of late. He was covered there by Colbert Nelson, number 49. But at the 29-yard line, the field, of course, as is most of the land in this part of the country, pretty soggy. So not easy to cut on. Here's Hughes, and boy, they had a pretty good screenplay set up there. Back again, way downfield, and the pass incomplete, intended for Avery and Collins. And it was broken up at the last minute by Eric Redmond, number 35, a senior for Little Rock Catholic. So Barrett Hughes, of course, you have to remember, the shoulder that he injured was the left shoulder, not his throwing shoulder, so he's had the strength. That isn't the part that hurts. But boy, he's thrown it downfield a couple of times already this evening, showing that he has healed well and can get that ball down the field on the long pass plays. Here's Zach Cocker with a driving kick. It's going to hit and roll, and it'll roll almost out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Little Rock Catholic has the football when we return. No scar, first quarter. Bartlett in the shotgun. These two teams mirror each other a lot. There's Thomas carrying the football. Picked up about 3 on the play. Stop was made defensively by number 33, Luke Reeves, for the Cyclones. The gain from the 27 out to the 30-yard line. Let's call it a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. A lot of the same kind of formations and same kind of plays that Russellville runs, Catholic is also running. So the defense ought to be familiar with them, to say the least. Now twin backs on either side of Bartlett to give him a little protection. And he tried to keep it himself, Bartlett did. And let's look at it again on the instant replay from ground level. He fakes it to the halfback, keeps it himself, but boy, he ran right into a whole host of Cyclones. Brad Barnes, number 36, leading the way. 6'3", 210-pound junior. So a 3rd down and 8. Split receiver right. 3 wide receivers are split left. That's the wide side of the field. Bartlett, and I think we may have had a Cyclone in too fast. It looked like Luke Reeves jumped the gun. It is offsides against Russellville. Move it out to the 34-yard line now. And they're having a little bit of trouble getting the... there they are. They finally set it over there. Set the 3rd down marker. Little Rock Catholic, the Rockets, in town. The homecoming opponent for the Russellville Cyclones on IMC Studios Sportswatch. From ground level there. Give it off. That's Thomas, and Thomas is spilled immediately. Nice play defensively by Addison Walker, number 44. Not much going there. Tried to flow right and go over right end, but the Cyclones infiltrated defensively and made a nice play defensively. went through the running back who was leading the play, quieted Thomas. So 4th down, and Catholic's going to punt the football away. Number 36, Jordan Hartnedy will kick the football away, and it's going to roll, and it's picked up and dropped immediately. The Cyclones will have it in just a moment. That was Avery Collins, no return on the run back attempted following the punt. Cyclones 1st down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 3 wide receivers split right, the wide side of the field. Throw it out there, it's complete, and nice individual play turned in defensively by Little Rock Catholic against Matt Lutz. And over there to make that stop was number 35, Eric Redmond, the senior, number 35. First quarter, just about over. No score here from Cyclone Stadium on this homecoming night. Glad that you're with us. From the 29-yard line, twin wide receivers are split left. Jacob Sparks in the backfield, along with Barrett Hughes at quarterback. Hughes downfield and overthrew his intended receiver, Avery Collins, and defense turned in there by Eric Redmond, number 35. There's one thing about it, Barrett Hughes has not been afraid to go downfield, not just little lookout passes and little sideline cuts, little turn-in patterns. He's been ready to crank it up and shotgun it downfield. Football still just shy of the 30-yard line. Twin receivers split left. Single receiver at the bottom of your screen. Back. Hughes fires. It's complete. On a rope. Nice throw to midfield to Cole Smith. That should be enough for a first down. Let's look at it again. And look at the pressure that finally is on Barrett Hughes, and he just stands in there and delivers the football on the money. And then Cole picked up about 6 yards following the catch. So Russellville in business right at the 50-yard line. Boy, it was a beautiful throw and catch and right on a line. Hughes brings a man in motion. Give it off to Avery Collins. Oh, man, was he met right at the line of scrimmage. There was not much there. Wow. It looked like when he was coming around the right end that he'd have a hole, but boy, Catholic closed that in a hurry, and he was like the sandwich cream in an Oreo cookie. Wow. Boy, he was sandwiched. Avery goes split left. Just 25 seconds left to go in this first period with no score. Hughes from the shotgun. He's back. Throws. Incomplete. It was intended for Demarius Neal and was broken up defensively by Brian Anderson, a sophomore, number 32. Third down for the Cyclones. Football just barely into Catholic territory. Well, now the official moved it back on the other side of the 50. Twin receivers left, single receiver to the bottom of your screen. Barrett Hughes. Oh, look out. Fired to Matt Lutz, complete. And let me tell you, boy, he was under pressure. Someone got through there. Look at this, right up the middle, and Hughes stood in there and fired the football on the money, but he took a hit after the pass complete to Matt Lutz. And that is the end of the first quarter of play from Cyclone Stadium on homecoming. There's no score. We'll be right back. Start of the second quarter with no score from Cyclone Stadium on homecoming night. Great atmosphere for football. Glad you're along with us, and don't forget those sponsors once again who make all this possible. Without their sponsorship, we couldn't bring you Russellville Cyclone football on television each and every week, home or away. The football is placed down, looks like about the 44-yard line. All right, we're waiting for the Cyclones to come up to the line of scrimmage. And there's the 1961, 62, 63 Cyclones, who had the most wins in a 3-year period in Cyclone history. Chuck Horn with the wave of the hat. And the punt from the Cyclones down, and will be down at the 1-yard line. Boy, it's good to see those guys from years gone by, some of the great years of Cyclone football, 61, 62, 63. Bartlett from the end zone, out and knocked away by Andrew Tryon at the last minute. Good defensive play by Andrew. Let's look at it again on instant replay. And he got back there just in time to keep it off the hands of Jeff Grimes, number 7. And Jeff has a long run back to the huddle. So Catholic trying to get some big yardage by throwing from their own end zone. Football is at the 1-yard line. The work of special teams for the Cyclones has been great. Bring a man in motion. Bartlett wants to throw again, fires, gets it out to the 5 and to the 10, maybe about the 12-yard line. On that completed pass play.
Bartlett's pass complete to Garrett Edmond.
Garrett Edmond was the pass receiver. And it's a first down for Little Rock Catholic as they get out to the 12-yard line. Remember, they started at their own 1 after the Zach Hocker punt was downed at the 1. To the near side, Jeff Grimes, number 7. Bartlett in the shotgun. Wants to throw. Going to fire downfield again, and this time Andrew Tryon measured it correctly and intercepts for the Cyclones. From ground level, Bartlett, he throws it downfield, intended for Grimes again. Same play, but this time there was Andrew Tryon to pull it down about the 42-yard line of Catholic. The Rockets were going for broke, and actually they mark Andrew Tryon is down at the 40-yard line. So even better field position for the Cyclones here early in the second quarter with no score. Barrett Hughes under center. The senior quarterback for the Cyclones. Back. Oh, and he is going to be, and the ball pops loose. It's still loose. And looks like Little Rock Catholic is going to come up with the football after that fumble by the Cyclones. Well, it was like a hot potato, and it kept going closer and closer to the Cyclone end zone. It winds up at the 33. Bartlett, with an option play, keeps himself down to the 32, maybe the 31-yard line. There on the play for the Cyclones, Aaron McConnell, number 47. Bartlett with the keeper play, and they actually move it back a tad to the 37-yard line. Make that the 32-yard line. Twin receivers come to the near side. Single receiver is split left. So from the 32, give it off, and nothing doing for Thomas. He ran into a red brick wall. Let's look at it again fake it to the man coming across in motion, then give it off to Thomas, and Thomas ran into 3 Cyclones immediately. Blake Robinson, one of those, number 10. So placed the football back at the 34-yard line. There's a loss of 2 on the play. Catholic in great field position following the fumble recovery. That nobody could fall on for quite a while there. Back, Bartlett, he's in trouble and he's going to be dropped. Reeves is there, number 82. Let's look at it again from ground level. Forced out of the pocket immediately. Luke Reeves with him right there, and also in on the play was Logan Pruitt, number 35. So there's a loss again back to the 37-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 13. So the punt team for Catholic on the field. And the Russellville defense does a great job after the turnover. The snap and the kick is away. A high hanger. It's going to be downed. It's going to roll dead about the 6-yard line. Cyclone football when we return. Nine minutes and 8 seconds left to go before halftime, and no score from Cyclone Stadium. We told you this is a pivotal ball game for the Cyclones. It's a big game, a tough opponent in Little Rock Catholic. From the end zone. And into the open field. Andrew Tryon, he could go all the way. Touchdown, Cyclones. Just a simple off-tackle play. Let's look at it again. Handed on the inside from the shotgun. Tryon almost got hung up right there, but he regained his balance, and once he got his balance back, you can see him turn on the afterburner, and the Catholic defenders are not going to catch Andrew Tryon. And suddenly the Cyclones break on top 6-0 against Catholic. A big run there from Andrew Tryon, going both ways here tonight. Zach Hocker will attempt the extra point kick that would make it 7-0. Blake Robinson holds. The kick is up, and the kick, it is good. And our score, Russellville 7, Little Rock Catholic nothing. And a big run from Andrew Tryon. And the Cyclones have drawn first blood here at homecoming from Cyclone Stadium. 8:51 to go till halftime. So Zach Cocker will kick off for the Cyclones, and the Cyclones hope that he'll be able to kick it out of the north end zone. And the first score of the ball game on Andrew Tryon's long touchdown run. And just a simple off tackle play, and this one goes through the end zone again, and it'll be a touchback, and Little Rock Catholic will have it first down at 10 at their own 20-yard line. So it's just a simple play, a routine running play for the Cyclones, but boy, once Andrew Tryon hit the crease and broke one tackle at the line of scrimmage, then it was just a matter of him turning on the afterburner, and away he ran. So from the 20-yard line, Catholic will have it first down and 10. 94 yards for Andrew Tryon. Wow. Man in motion, left to right. Bartlett wants to throw, does throw complete for a short gain out to the 23. That's John Olson making the stop. Garrett Ekman, number 82, the senior, was on the receiving end of that pass, complete. The football almost out to the 24, so we'll call it 2nd down and 6. Bartlett not bashful about throwing the football. Wide receiver left and right. Bring a man in motion and give it to him. And a nice opening there. And hard running. Out of bounds into the Cyclone bench. Carrying the football was Blaine Tanner, the senior, number 10. But there's a flag on the play against Little Rock Catholic. Looks like it's going to be a holding call. And wipes out that nice run by Blaine Tanner. There it is, holding. Maybe that's why it was such a nice run. So the Rockets will have the football deep in their own territory at their own 14-yard line. Boy, those holding penalties are costly. So Catholic at their own 14-yard line. There's Bartlett running back into your picture with the play from the sidelines. From the coaching staff of Little Rock Catholic. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Bartlett looking to throw, screen pass, incomplete. He was pressured. The Cyclones had a blitz on, and he was under extreme pressure and just kind of got rid of it in a hurry over in the left flat. So the football still shy of the 15-yard line. Cyclones have drawn first blood on an Andrew Tryon touchdown run. The extra point from Zach Hocker makes it 7-0 here midway through the second quarter. Up to the line of scrimmage quickly, but we have a whistle on the play. And we'll be right back. Little Rock Catholic wanted a timeout, and it comes with 7:58 left to go in the first half, and Russellville leading 7-0. You're watching Russellville Cyclone football on IMC Studios Sportswatch. Bartlett hands it to the tailback. Oh, and met in the backfield. There's 3, 4, 5 defenders on the play. Let's look at it again from ground level. Give it off to the tailback, but look, there's 3 red jerseys right there to meet him as soon as he got his hands on the football. That was Quiet and Thomas, and the loss back to the 11-yard line. And that means the punt crew for Catholic has to punt from their own end zone. And the kick off the side of the foot. It's going to roll and roll out of bounds about the 43 or 44-yard line.
30-yard punt.
Number 36, Jordan Hartnedy, with the kick that came off the side of his foot, and the Cyclones have good field position, once again leading 7-0. Barrett Hughes, the senior quarterback, handed off. Quick hitter in there to Jacob Sparks. Short gain on the pickup. Stop was made defensively by Brian Anderson, number 32. And you might notice number 14 is in the lineup for Russellville. Lane Reeves, who has been the substitute quarterback for Russellville the last two and a half games, but he has shown to the Cyclone coaches that he wants to be in those games and make a contribution, so the Cyclones are an opportunity with him in the backfield. The pass downfield is thrown incomplete, intended for Cole Smith. Covered by Eric Redmond, number 35. And Barrett kind of threw that one off his back foot. Clock stops with 6:25 to go in the first half, and Russellville with a 7-0 lead against the Little Rock Catholic Rockets on homecoming night here at Cyclone Stadium. Nice year along. Ball at the 41-yard line for Russellville. Barrett Hughes from the shotgun now. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Jacob Sparks in the backfield. Looking. Hughes rolling near side. Throws it underneath and almost intercepted. He wanted to hit his safety valve, who was Jacob Sparks, but threw it a little bit too high, incomplete in the coverage from Charlie Gardner, number 18. So it brings up 4th down and a little bit better than 8. From outside the 41, probably a little bit too long for a Zach Hocker field goal attempt, and so they'll punt the football away. Deep is Eric Redmond, number 35, to receive the punt for Little Rock Catholic. Here's Hocker. Good snap and the kick. Tries to angle it where it'll go out of bounds, and it's going to roll dead at the 10, the 9. The 9-yard line, that's where Catholic will have it. 1st down and 10. Great punting by Zach Hocker. This one dies at the 9. Last time it was one that was downed at the 1-yard line. Bartlett wants to throw, fires, and incomplete. Intended for Grimes. Andrew Tryon had coverage on the play. The ball was thrown too high anyway. 2nd down and 10. From the 9-yard line, and Catholic has started deep in their own territory a bunch here as of late here in the second quarter. Hard to maneuver with not very much real estate at your back. The Little Rock Catholic Rockets quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Hand it off. That's Quietin Thomas. He gets to the 14-yard line, maybe the 15. Handed to the tailback. This is on the instant replay, and he dives in there. But the Cyclone defense, as they have done all season long, making a great stop on the play. In there was Addison Walker, number 44, amongst others on the Cyclone defense. 3rd down, we're seeing a lot of Cyclones doing that gang tackling. The coaching staff's headed up by defensive coordinator McNabb. They like that gang tackling. Bartlett wants to throw, fires. It's incomplete. It was intended for number 82, Garrett Buchman. And it brings up a 4th down. So the Cyclones put a offensive stop on Catholic once again. Avery and Collins back deep to receive the punt. And hopefully a return for the Cyclone return man. Good snap, almost blocked. And Avery and Collins slipped down at the 50-yard line, and that was a kind of a late hit on that play. Here you go on the instant replay as John Olson coming in hard, and look at him, he bumps right into the kicker. So let's see what they call it. Oh, they call a personal foul, roughing the kicker. And so that brings the football back upfield and will give Catholic new life for this series. Olson was trying to block the punt, and when he missed that, he just turned his back, but he couldn't stop his momentum from running into the Catholic punter. So the football moved out to the 30-yard line, a first down and 10 for Little Rock Catholic, with Russellville leading 7-0. Late moments of the first half. Back Bartlett has time, throws underneath. It is complete and out to the 40-yard line. The pass is complete to Garrett Ekman. Blake Robinson, number 10, made the stop. And it may be enough for another first down. The officials are going to take a look at it, use the measuring sticks to see if it's enough for another Little Rock Catholic first down. Cyclone defense has played well tonight, allowed no points to Little Rock Catholic. But Catholic has also played well, and the Cyclones only have a big run from Andrew Tryon for a touchdown. That's the difference in the ball game here, late in the first half. And it's enough by the half of the length of the football. Enough for a first down. You hear the public address announcer continuing to talk and remind people about the attending members of the 1961, 62, and 63 football teams. Tremendous years for Russellville Cyclone football. And our salute to the tradition of those great teams some 40 some odd years ago. But glad there have members who are able to be with us here tonight for Homecoming 2009. So the football resting right at the 40-yard line for Catholic. Twin receivers both left and right. Bartlett wants to throw. He's under pressure. Got away from the rush somehow. Running for his life, throws it incomplete. He just tried to dump it. The intended receiver was Bonner Chilton, but the intended receiver was the ground. Here is, from ground level, look at this Cyclone pursuit. Coach McNabb's got to love that kind of chase to the ball. And they forced Bartlett to just unload the football. He had no place to go. From the 40, second down and 10. 4:44. Lucky Four is up there. Left in the first half, and the Cyclones do have a 7-0 lead. Twin receivers right, twin left. Bartlett has a man in the backfield with him. That's Thomas. The pass intercepted by the Cyclones, John Olson. He's still on his feet, and he's drugged out the 22-yard line. The stop was made by Andrew Dobbins, number 52, but look at this on instant replay. Out in the flat, and again, there is Olson with a great pick. Now he looks for some blockers. Slowed up a little bit by Little Rock Catholic defenders, and then finally drugged down at the 22 or the 21-yard line of Little Rock Catholic. So the defense comes up with another big play, and the Cyclones are in business with a short field, only about 22 yards to go to pay dirt. Hughes hands it off to Jacob Sparks, and Sparks, very tough run in there. Looks like a rugby scrum over there, as all you saw were red jerseys and white jerseys in a big huddle. So they gain down to the 21-yard line. 3-yard pickup. And in the lineup, there is Lane Reeves, number 14 at quarterback. And I would guess he's going to run. He is. The big 6'3" running back, quarterback, etc. Gains down to about the 12 or the 13-yard line. That's what he's done best, is carrying the football from ground level. The fake, but you and I both know that it's Lane Reeves going to tote the mail. Finally dropped, but not before it's enough for a first down for the Cyclones. The football just outside of the 10-yard line at about the 12. Cyclones would like to get another score on the board here before halftime. Lane Reeves got a lot of practice being in there, and now there he is at the quarterback position. And they call a timeout, Cyclones do. Back in a moment. The Cyclone cheerleaders on a chilly, chilly night for homecoming. But what an advantage it is to the Cyclones to have now two quarterbacks with considerable playing experience. Number 14, Lane Reeves, the sophomore, and there with 3:28 left to go before halftime. And, of course, number 9, Barrett Hughes, the 2-year starter. But it gives you so many more options. Well, now the Cyclones have Hughes back at quarterback with two halfbacks in the backfield. Handed off to Andrew Tryon. Buries his head and got down to about the 6 before he is smothered. Lots of white jerseys there, but Andrew Tryon getting more of a try on offense. He's been excelling on defense already, but head coach Jeff Holt giving Andrew Tryon a try in the offensive backfield. So at the 7-yard line, 2nd down and 5, Cyclones can get to the 2-yard line for a first down. They do not have to score to get a first down. Twin halfbacks in the backfield. Hughes gives it off to Jacob Sparks, picking his way. He's in for the score. Cyclone touchdown for Jacob Sparks, and he just was not going to be denied. Look at him pick his way here on the instant replay from ground level. Just about there, but he says, no, I'm going to keep the hand down there and keep my balance until I'm in for the score. And the Cyclones lead 13-0. 2:40 left to go before halftime. And the Cyclones will go into kick formation. Zach Cocker will try to make it a 14-0 ball game. You can see the wind there with the streamers at the top of the goalpost. And the kick is down, and the kick, it hit the upright. No good, and the score remains Russellville 13, Catholic High School 0. We'll be right back. So Zach Cocker will kick off after his extra point kick attempt hit the uprights and boomerang back at him. Less than 3 minutes to go. Matter of fact, 2:40 to go left here in the first half, and the Cyclones in charge, leading 13-0. Hocker to kick the football away. Let's see if this one goes out of the end zone. And guess what? It goes 5 yards deep in the end zone, so an automatic touchback. And Catholic will start at their own 20, 1st down and 10. But that's better field position than they've had as of late. They've been at their own 9 and at their own 1. So Catholic with a little bit of breathing room at their own 20. Cyclone defense has been doing a great job. And don't forget, folks, as we await Catholic to come on to the field, don't forget these great sponsors that bring you the games week after week, including Arkansas Valley and its Thesey Associates, Doctors Johnston and Richardson, Innovative Industrial Solutions, Kimes Lions Physical Therapy, Laser Cartridge Plus, Liberty Bank of Arkansas, Little John Transportation Services, Inc., Max Nutrition, Russellville Cyclone Football Booster Club, Simmons Bank, Sorrells Body Shop, and Tyson Foods. And a nice run there. Off to the races. There is Thomas. He can go all the way, and finally drug out of bounds at about the 10 by Andrew Tryon. Maybe the only man that could bring him down. It's just a straight handoff, much as Tryon's touchdown was. Around the left side and found a seam, and look at him split the defenders right there. And Tryon comes a long way across the field and has to close a lot of ground But he catches Quentin Thomas and runs him out of bounds at the 10. That saved a touchdown. So the Cyclones' 13-0 lead is in jeopardy. Quick pitch left to Thomas, and Thomas lowers the head, but he got to the 8 before he's pushed back by a host of Cyclones. Poor Quentin Thomas, he's out of breath. Football at the 8. Actually inside the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. As what a difference a touchdown here before halftime might make for Little Rock Catholic. They would be getting old Mo back on their side of the field. Man in motion right to left. Give it off on the inside. Oh, and dumped immediately. Nice play by the Cyclones. Let's look at it again on instant replay. That was Tanner carrying the football. He came across in motion, went inside, and whoops, look, I'm getting up, so I'll just trip you up. And that was, of course, Rue Massey, number 82. Made a nice play. He was already down on the field, but when he got up, whoops, he was able to trip up the ball carrier coming inside, Blaine Tanner. Rolling to the near side, Bartlett throws, and it's incomplete. Again, that was Blaine Tanner, number 10, for which the pass was intended. So the football at the 8. And Catholic not able to penetrate that Cyclone defense. It's 4th down now for Catholic, trailing 13-0 here late in the first half. Bartlett wants to keep it himself, and he is hog-tied and drowned. Let's look at it again. Bartlett looking. He sees an opening right there, but just as he does, Rue Massey and others close that opening in a hurry, and the ball will go over to the Cyclones on downs. Just a minute 2 left to go before halftime. Boy, that was a big series defensively for the Cyclones to stop Catholic from scoring. Because if it was 13-6 or 13-7, Catholic would go into the halftime locker room with a lot of momentum. But now they've got to feel a little deflated because they could not punch it in from inside the 10. Hughes gives it off to Jacob Sparks, and where did Sparks disappear to? Tried to dive under people and didn't get very far. We have a timeout called on the field, and with timeout here at Cyclone Stadium, we'll be right back. Head coach Jeff Holt taking advantage of the timeout to give some instructions to his Cyclones, leading 13-0 here as we just moments away from halftime on homecoming night. Hughes under center. Gives it off and into the secondary. Nice run there. Jacob Sparks from ground level. Let's look at it again. Able to pick the crease, and he got through that hole in a hurry. Picked up some major yards, including knocking down the official. Football out to the 26-yard line. It's a first down for Russellville. Collins goes a split to the right-hand side. High formation in the backfield. Give it off to Jacob Sparks. This time he doesn't have much room to go anywhere. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Stop was made by Matthew Tupatala, the junior, number 63. Football just outside the 25 in the waning seconds of the first half. And you can see counting down from 9 seconds. And the Cyclones have decided that'll be the last play of the first half. Cyclones with a big first half as we come to its conclusion for homecoming. Russellville leading Little Rock Catholic 13-0 back for the second half after this. Cyclone recap. The big plays of the first half. The Cyclone defense making a big stop there on Quentin Thomas. The long throw. And a pass interference call there on the Barrett Hughes pass intended for Collins. Look at this stop right here. The Cyclone defense played great in the first half. Here's Quentin Thomas again, dropped for a loss. Barrett Hughes under pressure, stands in there and delivers a big pass completion there to Cole Smith. And again under pressure, throwing underneath and complete to Matt Lutz. That pass, Andrew Tryon. Here's a long pass. Look at Tryon making a leaping interception for the Cyclones. Give it off inside, and Quentin Thomas, no place to go as gang tackling from the Cyclones. And Bartlett now runs into some red jerseys also for a loss. Give it off there to Andrew Tryon. Look at him. Oh, he almost tripped there, but then there he's gone. 94 yards for the touchdown. A big run for Andrew Tryon. Here's the extra point kick from Zach Hocker. That made it 7-0 with 8.5 minutes to go in the period. And again, not much running room at all. That time, Quentin Thomas. Here's Bartlett, and he's trying to just run for his life. He throws the football away under heavy duress, as they say, by the Cyclone defense. Quick pass here. Oh, it's stolen by John Olson on the interception. Second interception of the first half for the Cyclones. Lane Reeves running from the quarterback position with a nice pickup there up the middle. Barrett Hughes gives it off to Jacob Sparks, and this is a touchdown right there. Extra point kick is up, and boom, hit the upright. No good. One of the very infrequent times that Zach Hocker will miss an extra point. Give it off there, and here comes Quentin Thomas. And look at from almost out of your picture. Andrew Tryon is going to haul him down and save a touchdown. Knock him out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and Catholic did not score. Bartlett gives it inside, and Rue Massey just stands up and trips up the ball carrier, Blaine Tanner. Here's Bartlett wanting to throw, and boom, he is dropped on another sack for the Cyclones. Fourth down play, and here, Barrett Hughes gives it off. Jacob Sparks with another nice carry for the senior. He just won't go down. And that's the score at halftime. Russellville 13 and Catholic nothing. That's the Cyclone recap. Ready for the third quarter. And the kick from Little Rock Catholic comes down, picked up by the Cyclones. Andrew Tryon, who had a long run the first half, carries it out. Let's look at it again on the instant replay. It kind of short hops him, and he picks it up. Brings it across the 20-yard line, but not much further. About the 21 or the 22, dropped by Robert Middaw, a junior, number 57. So the Cyclones have the football, and I'll tell you what, the biggest moments of this game to this point was the Cyclone defense stopping Little Rock Catholic after they had a first and goal inside the 10-yard line. Give it off Jacob Sparks. Sparks tries to keep his footing and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Stop made by Taylor Maddox, number 4. But that defensive stop before halftime and Catholic not getting any points was a big, big series. And defensive coordinator Cody McNabb, has got to really be happy with the way the defense played there just before the end of the half. Otherwise, Catholic scores there. It would have been a 1-touchdown game, and all momentum would have been on the Catholic side. Hughes wants to throws a screen pass down the middle, and it's out to the 30-yard line. Demarius Neal was the receiver of that pass, the tight end. Nice job of selling it by Barrett Hughes. So the gain out to the 30-yard line. Still 3 yards to go for a first down. Third period just underway, and the Cyclones leading 13-0. Twin receivers are split left. Single receiver at the bottom of your screen, just barely in your screen. Lane Reeves at quarterback. Handed off to Jacob Sparks. The gain out to the 37-yard line to be enough for a Russellville Cyclone first down. And I'll tell you, you've got to respect every time that Lane Reeves is in the ballgame at quarterback, you've got to respect that he's very likely going to run. He did not that time, but that's something Catholic, I'm sure, has seen on the tapes and has got to watch out for. And you see Reeves now is a slot back to the left. Barrett Hughes at quarterback. Give it off Jacob Sparks, and Jacob is dropped for a loss. Nice defensive play turned in by Nolan Smith, number 97. Heck of a job done. Knifed through there, and the drop back to the 33-yard line. So Little Rock Catholic still playing hard and still in this football game, down 13-0. Barrett Hughes. Russellville has pretty well dominated the statistics offensively, and the defense has played so well. Hughes from the shotgun. Fires. Incomplete. Intended for Demarius Neal. Had him over the middle. Third and 15 for the Cyclones at their own 33-yard line. Let's see what head coach Jeff Holt wants to do here, leading 13-0. You see Lane Reeves stays in the ball game, and he lines up now as a wide receiver along with Avarian Collins. He goes left. Hughes stands in there. He's going downtown. And there's a catch for Avarian Collins on a diving, sliding catch. Let's look at it again. Barrett Hughes looking for Avarian Collins. And he dives, came in and kept his arms underneath it. Enough for a big first down and more, down to the 30-yard line. Hughes wants to throw again, throws it out. Oh, that one was almost picked off. Oh, my goodness. Number 84, Stacy Hunter, was over there in the flat. And if he'd have thought a little bit more about catching it instead of defending, which of course is his job, that might have been 6 for Catholic, and that would have been a big play. But again, the Cyclones dodge a bullet. Hughes. And that's actually Lane Reeves carrying the football from the quarterback position. He was going to carry it himself, but again, the Catholic was ready for that with Lane Reeves in the ball game.
on the tackle for the Rockets. Lost
And
third down and 12.
Barrett Hughes right back into the ball game. Football at the 32-yard line. Third down and about 12. Twin receivers to the near side. A single setback in the backfield along with Barrett Hughes. And we have a whistle on the play.
Timeout Russellville.
It's timeout Russellville, and we'll be right back.
Third down and 12.
So 3rd and 12 for the Cyclones. Third period, leading 13-0. Barrett Hughes has twin receivers right, single receiver split left. And looked like we may have had a Catholic defender jump into the neutral zone. And it is offsides against Little Rock Catholic.
Encroachment against Little Rock Catholic. 5-yard penalty. Third down and 7. Russell
Move the football to the 27-yard line. It's a third down and a little bit better than 6. Collins, one of the wide receivers, split to the near side. Hughes wants to go downtown, lofts it up, has a man there, and it's almost intercepted. Was intended for Collins. It was just a little bit underthrown.
pass intended for Avery Collins. Incomplete.
Was broken up by Charlie Gardner, number 18.
Eric Redmond defending on the play. Fourth down and 7.
So now it's a 4th down.
27-yard line.
And it looks like Zach Hocker is going to come in for a field goal attempt. Blake Robinson will hold. It'll be from the 33, so it'll be a 43-yard field goal attempt on a muddy, soggy field for Zach Hocker. Snap down and in the air, and the kick is up, and it is no good. No good.
Now trying to attempt the 43-yard field goal.
And so the Cyclone lead remains at 13-0.
Little Rock Catholic will have
But Hocker had a good toe at it. We'll be right back. That's one of those kicks when you wonder how firm he could plant that left foot and then kick with the right because it's so soggy. That is Thomas carrying the football. Quentin Thomas
Thomas on the kick.
actually bumped into his own man.
Aaron McConnell in on the tackle. Gain of 3.
So a 2nd down and 7 for Little Rock Catholic. Bartlett has gone all the way at quarterback. That kick almost had enough yardage, and unfortunately I don't think he really got all of his toe into it because of the sloppy playing conditions. Like kicking off of Jello down there. Hand off across the 25 out to the 27-yard line.
Carry. Addison Walker on the tackle.
Short pickup again for Thomas
Drew Massey was also there.
as Catholic trailing the Cyclones 13-0, trying to get something going offensively, and they just have not been able to get anything hardly to go against the Cyclone defense this evening. Great job again. 2 interceptions. Bartlett gives it off with a quick hitter. And that is Blaine Tanner, who hit across the right side on the dive play.
Gain of 4.
Got it to the 32-yard line.
Jackson Jacobs in on the tackle. First down and 10. Catholic.
It's a 1st down, though, for Catholic, and they'll be able to keep this drive alive. Bartlett gives it off to Quentin Thomas, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Great gang tackling there by the Cyclones. You see number 35, Logan Pruitt, was there.
Quentin Thomas on the kick.
There's Rue Massey also in on the play, number 82.
Tackle.
Number 36, Brad Barnes, the junior, 6'3", 210-pounder. Football back at the 31-yard line after the loss on the play. Bartlett rolling right, wants to throw, fires. Incomplete, intended for Jeff Grimes, number 7. Went right into the Catholic sideline. Third down 11 for the Rockets. Here in the third quarter, with Russellville leading 13-0. Twin receivers near side, single receiver to the far side of the field. From the shotgun, give it off. That is Quentin Thomas, and Thomas, well, he might have picked up a couple of yards. That's Bradford Webb bringing him down. The young sophomore, Quentin Thomas, has carried the football quite a bit this evening, number 26. So it brings up a fourth down situation for Catholic, and they're going to have to punt the football away again. Avery and Tom Collins is deep. To receive for Russellville. The return was on, and the kick taken by Collins. Back up the middle of the field, but he is buried after about a 5-yard return. And we'll be right back.
5-yard return. The 35-yard line.
At the 35, first down and 10 for Russellville with that 13-point lead. Somehow that doesn't seem safe, even though it's homecoming. Hughes gives it off to Jacob Sparks, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe a yard or two straight ahead. Stop made by Stacy Hunter, number 84. So they give him a yard gain, second down and 9 from the 36.5-yard line. Twin receivers right and one left. Hughes fires out in the flat, and see if it's a catch. They rule it a catch. Avery and Collins on this quick sideline pass. But look here, it looked like he was shoved out of bounds. But maybe that's what the official said, that he would have landed inbounds had he not been shoved out. Eric Redmond was the defender. So given the yardage out to the 42. Twin receivers left, single receiver right. Hughes throws, and his receiver fell down. Again, muddy field out there. That was Matt Lutz. The pass was intended for. Incomplete. At the 42, it's fourth down for the Cyclones, and they're going to have to punt the football away, or at least that's what they're giving an indication of. So Zach Hocker, number 18, drops deep to punt for the Cyclones. And there is Eric Redmond deep for Catholic. And we have a whistle on the play.
Flag on the play.
The flag, offsides against, Catholic. And that is a very costly 5 yards, because that gives Russellville a first down. That was enough yardage to give Russellville a first down and put the football at the 47. Well, Lady Luck has been shining on the Cyclones tonight. They have gotten some nice breaks at the right time. And, of course, some of them they have made, including that big defensive stand just before the half. The pass thrown. It's complete, wide open. Down the sideline and down to the 30-yard line. Let's look at it again on the instant replay. The fake, but look how open the Cyclone receiver is. Avery and Collins, and he runs for about 5 more yards after catch. Nice throw, nice route, and nice run after catch there for Mr. Collins. Cyclones with the football inside the 30 of Catholic. Give it off to Jacob Sparks. Oh, he squirted away. Got about 4 or 5 yards on second effort. Finally over there to stop him, Nolan Smith, number 97. Looked like that Sparks was stopped right there at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to squirt away from the pile. The Cyclones leading 13-0. Look at the bottom left of your screen, and the different sponsors for the Cyclone telecasts are flashed there for you to be reminded about. Hughes hands it off to Sparks, and Sparks ran into his own blocker and was dropped right there. He ran into the back of Bridger Dale, number 54, and he couldn't retrace his steps enough to make some yardage. Loss of a yard for the Cyclones, back to the 28-yard line. Barrett Hughes from the shotgun. Twins left, single receiver right. Wants to throw the football, does, and complete. Demarius Neal took a hard hit, but he held on to the football. Let's look at it again from ground level. Look at this pinpoint pass, and Neal was hammered just as soon as he got a hold of it by Andrew Griffin, the sophomore, number 31. But the gain down to the 21-yard line. Head coach Jeff Holt trying to make a decision here. 2:30 left to go before the end of the third period. And a timeout is called, and we'll be right back. Thirteen to nothing Cyclones, and Zach Hocker is going to attempt a field goal. This one is going to be 38 yards. Put it down at the 28-yard line, plus the 10 yards of the end zone. Blake Robinson will hold it. It's a low snap. The kick is up, and the kick, it is good. Zach Hocker with the field goal to make it 16-0 in favor of the Cyclones, and we'll be right back. So despite the low snap, Blake Robinson got it in position in time for Zach Hocker to get a good toe into it. And the field goal gives Russellville a little more breathing room at 16-0 late here in the third period. Hocker to kick off. And that one's going to be taken at the 5. And a good, lost his footing, tripped up, was the return man. That was Stacy Hunter returning the punt. Tripped up by the Cyclones, and the return out to the 38-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for Little Rock Catholic. The Cyclone defense has thrown a shutout at Catholic so far tonight, and that is really a testament to the preparation done by these young men. This week, this Little Rock Catholic Ball Club is a good football team. Bartlett wants to throw. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to be dumped for a loss. 4 or 5 Cyclones had their hands on him. Jackson Jacobs finally put him away. Let's look at it again on the instant replay. There he's touched by 1. That's McConnell. There's Addison Walker, touches him. And finally, Jacobs puts the spell on him. So no gain, second down and 10. And this is a chasing, pursuing Cyclone defense that's playing so well this evening. Bartlett tried to hand the ball inside on a little inside reverse trap play, but not much doing. He handed it off to Blaine Tanner, number 10, who tripped up at the line of scrimmage. I don't believe it's going to be any gain at all. We'll call it a yard. 3rd down and 9. It's better than 9, but let's call it 9. And Catholic has had very little success offensively at all. Quentin Thomas had one big run down to the 10-yard line, and the Cyclone defense put the clamps on there. Bartlett, he wants to go downtown as a man. Incomplete. Well, that's incomplete, but let's call it what it was. That was a drop. Garrett Ekman, number 82, that was a touchdown. But it may have been that the Cyclone defender on that side may have gotten his hands up enough that he just couldn't see it real well into his hands. And it brings up 4th down and 9. Whatever, the Cyclones dodge another bullet there because that was a sure Catholic touchdown. They've been dodging bullets all night long. The kick is in the air. Collins ready to field it, and he is tackled immediately. We'll be right back. Stacy Hunter dropped Collins after that punt and no return. And the Cyclones with the football. Lane Reeves going to run it. Goes straight ahead. He was tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Nolan Smith. Gains a little bit. Got it out to the 23-yard line. As you see, Barrett Hughes back into the lineup for the Cyclones. And, man, it's good to see Barrett back in the lineup. But, again, you can't say enough about the job that Cyclone backup quarterback Lane Reeves did the past 2.5 games. That's the end of the 3rd period. Russellville 16, Catholic nothing. Well, the Cyclones on the sideline trying to put together one more good quarter, leading 16-0. This has been a combination of enough offense, some great defense, including 2 pass interceptions, a long run by Andrew Tryon, a touchdown from Jacob Sparks, and a field goal from Zach Hocker. So the Cyclones have had a little bit of all the elements this evening, including a little luck. So from the shotgun, Barrett Hughes throws complete. Oh, no, incomplete. Right in the hands of Matt Lutz, but he dropped it. Nolan Smith was there to cover. So 2nd down and 10. You can see how the field is deteriorating after, of course, all the rain we've had and all the playing that the Cyclones and Catholic have done on this field this evening. It has really looks like they've had a front tine tiller in there. It is really chopped up. Hughes looks, throws a little screen pass out to Jacob Sparks, but Catholic trailed it well. Colbert Nelson, number 49, made the stop. Nice job defensively by Catholic, and the Cyclones are going to have to punt the football away. Football at the 26-yard line, and Zach Hocker retreats to kick for the Cyclones. Try to keep Catholic pinned down. There's Eric Redmond, who will return the punt. And Catholic had the block on, but they didn't get. Oh, then there may be a. And Bradford Webb picks up the ball. You could hear Jeff Holt, the coach, saying, "Get on the ball, get on the ball." They thought that it had been touched by the Catholic receiver. There's a flag on the play. Olson tagged the receiver. And apparently Olsen thought, along with a lot of people, thought that it hit the receiver, Redmond, for Catholic. And everybody just stopped, and the ball rolled dead, and Coach Oates saying, pick up the ball. Let's look at it again here. Here's Redmond. And he's about to try to catch the football, and no, he steps aside. See, he never did touch it, but John Olsen drilled him. So let's see what, and head coach Jeff Old trying to get an explanation from the officials, and looks like we're going to have a little explanation handed out to both the coaching staffs. With that, we'll take a break. Of course, the other question now is, had Redmond signaled for a fair catch? If he did not, then he was fair game anyway. And I don't remember him raising his hand, but the officials get a 15-yard penalty against them, and a re-kick it's going to be. So there's Redmond. I don't know if he'll get any closer to this next one or not. Zach Hocker standing in his own end zone. So following the penalty of 15 yards. And a good kick from Hocker. Oh, this is even better. Catholic should have taken the ball. And it's down by Bradford Webb at the 35-yard line. Well, Catholic thought they would get the ball in a better position. It didn't turn out to be that way, and the pass out of the backfield. Oh! That's Ricky Collins coming in to nail the receiver out of the backfield. Look at that's Thomas coming out in the backfield. He catches the football, and Ricky Collins nails him for a big loss. Hello. Nice job by Ricky. Nice clean tackle back at the 29-yard line. He saw that flare pass coming out of the backfield. From the shotgun, Bartlett, he hasn't had much success at all this evening. He's under pressure, rolls, throws. It's complete. Nice job that time. On the pass and catch to Garrett Ekman. The gain is out to the 33 or 34-yard line. Stop made by Addison Walker, number 44. And again, Bartlett, as he has been most of the night, was under pressure throwing the football. 9 minutes and 44 seconds left in this one. Grimes comes split to the near side. 3 wide receivers left. Bartlett rolls left. He's under pressure again. Now he's just going to run the football through the 40 and out to the 45. Nice run. Ricky Collins again makes the stop along with Addison Walker. But Bartlett did a good job there of deciding to hold on to the football. And it may be close enough to see if it is a first down for Catholic at the 45. One of the better offensive plays all night long for Catholic, and Bartlett improvising. He really wanted to throw downfield, but saw the opening and made a big run for it. And it looks like it's enough. They're looking at it close, but it is. It's barely enough for a first down. So Catholic with the football at their own 45-yard line, trailing 16-0 here midway through the fourth quarter. Great job done by our camera crews. I mean, right there to show you just how close that first down was. I mean, it was by an inch or less. And great job by the camera crews tonight, as always. Single receiver, well, twin receivers left, single receiver right. Bartlett gives it off to Thomas. Thomas trying to find someplace to go, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Quentin Thomas, he hasn't had much at all tonight. Bradford Webb was there, number 1, and Aaron McConnell, number 47. And looks like we have an injury timeout on the field. With that, we'll take time in for these messages. It was Quentin Thomas who was aided off to the sideline following being shaken up on that play. Give it off inside and a couple of yards gain. That's about all. Carrying that football was Michael Barr, number 11, filling in at halfback. Gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 at the 47-yard line. Little Rock Catholic and Russellville with a great football game on homecoming night here at Cyclone Stadium. The Cyclones have had the best of it, 16-0. Bartlett pitches it on the corner. And Tanner able to try to get, did he get enough for the first down? He was swarm tackled as he got to the 45 of Russellville. Blaine Tanner, the ball carrier, number 10. But there he was met by a host of red jerseys. And we'll see whether he had enough for the first down. And the official signaling, yes, he got across the 45. Well, he put the football right on the 45, but it's enough for the first down anyway. Cyclones throwing a big shutout so far. The defense with a tremendous game against Little Rock Catholic. Back. Bartlett wants to throw, and now he is dumped for a loss. 3-4 red jerseys there. Let's give Ty Osborne some of the credit on this one. From ground level, stepping up in the pocket, Bartlett, and then that pocket collapsed. Blake Robinson's also there. 4 defenders there for the Cyclones. Down to 7:18 to go in the ball game. This has been a big team victory for Russellville this evening if they can hold on. And the clock is on their side. Bartlett's gone all the way, steps up, throws, incomplete. Was intended for Blaine Tanner. He really put the mustard on that one. Bartlett showing he's got a strong arm. 3rd and 13 now for Catholic. The Cyclones trying to position themselves to have a shot at going to the state playoffs and even at a possible conference championship. Taking another step tonight. Under pressure, Bartlett throws on the run. It's complete. To the 30-yard line and finally tackled there. Jeff Grimes, but there's a flag on the play. We'll check and see what the flag is all about. Boy, Grimes was wide open. It's illegal use of the hands against Little Rock Catholic, so this one's going to be coming back a ways. And Catholic, seems like at times when they were just about to put something together offensively, it's been something like this that has caused them to short circuit. Little Rock Catholic, timeout. We'll be right back. The Cyclone sideline, a happy place for the defense tonight. Happy place for the whole Cyclone team to this point. But a lot of pride there, and this Cyclone defense has gotten better and better each week. Coach McNabb's got to be pleased with the kind of effort he's getting out of this Cyclone defense. So they trot back onto the field. Catholic back at their 45-yard line. Actually at the Cyclone 45-yard line. Bartlett throws. Intercepted by John Olson, his second pick of the night. There's a flag on the play, and the stop was made by Jeff Grimes, number 7. Let's look at it again from ground level. Bartlett wants to throw downfield. Looks, throws. There's Olson for the big pick. And you can see it on the right-hand side of your screen there. It looks like a block on the back. As Olson moving back upfield, so that's going to move the Cyclones back after that block in the back. You can see it there on the right-hand side of your screen. Another great job done by our camera crews to show you the great plays close up. Game-changing plays. So the mark-off against the Cyclones. Back to the 12 or the 13-yard line. The interception stands, and the Cyclones have it. Their third pass interception of the night.
Second interception on the night for John Olson.
So the Cyclones up to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers are split right. Late in the fourth period with the Cyclones leading 16-0. Barrett Hughes. Good to see him back in the lineup this evening. Give it off to Jacob Sparks. Got to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line straight ahead. Stop made by Matthew Tupatala, number 63. Hughes comes over to get the play from head coach Jeff Holt. And the Cyclones operating well under these muddy conditions this evening. There's Lane Reeves back at quarterback now. He's going to keep it himself, but he got back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about all. And if you notice, there's number 9, Barrett Hughes. He's lined up as a wide receiver on those plays, so he could be on the receiving end of a pass play. So the gain, or the football placed down about the 18-yard line.
Third down and 5, Russellville, the 18-yard line.
Cyclones go to the spread formation once again. There's Jacob Sparks in the backfield along with Barrett Hughes. Looks like a blitz coming. Back. Hughes throws downfield, and there is Collins, who juggled it for a moment, and as he was running past the official, he lost control of it. And that's, look at, you can tell the effects of a muddy field. Look at Collins. So it's a 4th down, and the Cyclones will have to punt the football away. Tell you what, they're going to have some heavy-duty detergent to wash out the mud and dirt out of this group. Both the Catholic white jerseys and the Cyclones red jerseys. Twin receivers back for Catholic. Hocker takes the low snap and gets it away. And it's going to roll and picked up. And Catholic will have it 1st down and 10. Stacy Hunter was the man who picked up the football and returned it 3 or 4 yards back out to the 48-yard line. Bartlett. Now he wants to run. Now he steps up, still behind the line of scrimmage, and throws complete enough for a 1st down. Nice job by Bartlett. Pass was complete to Garrett Ekman, number 82. 1st down for Catholic, one of their few on the evening. Football placed at the 40 and just inside the 40. 16-0. Russellville has been in control the whole way tonight, offensively and defensively, particularly defensively. Just 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to go. Twin receivers to the near side. Bartlett Wanted to keep it himself, and he was dumped by Ricky Collins. Let's look at it again from a ground view. And boom, Ricky Collins in there, and he had help. So the loss back to the 37-yard line. The Cyclones hope that the clock runs fast now. Up to the line of scrimmage. Receiver near side. Twins to the left side. Bartlett fires, and that one's incomplete. That was intended for Bonner Chilton, number 5. Would have been a short gain anyway. Third down 14 for Catholic. From the 44. Man in motion right to left. Look out! Under pressure, Bartlett. He gets away from a lot of harassment, but trips and falls, lost his footing. Look here, Cyclones are shooting the gap. There's Bradford Webb, and then there's Rue Massey after him. And he barely gets away, and then he can't get his footing back. So a nice job by Bartlett trying, but the Cyclone defense again, harassing. So the football back at the 48-yard line. Bartlett, and there's a whistle blown. Timeout called for Little Rock Catholic. Fourth and 18 for Catholic, and they know they've got to go for it here with just moments left to go in the football game. Back. Bartlett steps up, looking for some room. Still. Now he steps back, throws, and it's complete. To the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Garrett Ekman came back to the ball and made a nice grab. And you got to give Bartlett a lot of credit. He kept himself alive. He scrambled his way out of trouble a couple of times. And Catholic will have a first down at the 15-yard line. Rhymes comes split to the near side. Actually, twin receivers left, twin right. Bartlett throws over the middle. It's complete. And down near the first down yardage, about the 6-yard line, was Garrett Ekman. He's a big target. John Olson made the tackle for the Cyclones. But now Catholic knocking on the door. Best their offense has looked all evening. That was a little crossing pattern. And Bartlett found Ekman. Bartlett brings a man in motion left to right. Bartlett under pressure, forced out of the pocket, gonna run, dove and out of bounds at the 1. I think that was Ricky Collins that knocked him out. You can see here Blake Robinson comes in hard. Almost get him there with Aaron McConnell, but he worms out of trouble and scrambles again. Trying to go for the pylon, and he hits the pylon, and the ball pops loose. So the football is placed with the nose of the football next to the goal line. Well, that's what Bartlett was trying to do, reach it out there to get it in for the score. Just didn't quite get there. The shutout is in jeopardy, and Bartlett, did he get in for the score? Yes, touchdown for Little Rock Catholic. Bartlett on the quarterback keeper, quarterback sneak, and first time for Catholic to be on the board this evening, and looks like, though, it's going to be a little bit too little too late. You never know. If they were to go for a 2-point conversion here, they'd only be down 8 points, which is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and you might see an onside kick. Well, you know, that's the usual late fourth quarter possibilities. But first of all, Catholic's got to make this 2-point conversion to have a shot, because otherwise they're 2 scores down. The pass is thrown to the end zone, incomplete. And interestingly enough, that was Chase Miller, number 15. Look at this on instant replay, throwing the football, and the ball batted away in the end zone. We'll be right back. Logan Pruitt, number 35, knocked the football away, saving the 2-point conversion. But interesting that we saw Chase Miller for the first time tonight. And there's the onside kick, and it's fallen on by the Cyclones. Nice job done there by Andrew Tryon. He said, I don't care anything about advancing it at all. I just want to make sure it's our football. So homecoming is fixing to be a happy place for the Cyclones, although they lose the shutout on a 1-yard plunge, or really a 1-inch plunge, by quarterback Taylor Bartlett. 2:05 to go in the football game. Cyclones will undoubtedly remain in the top 10 and in the race for the conference championship. Barrett Hughes gives it off to Jacob Sparks, and he's dropped for a loss. Drew Turner, number 99, a junior, makes the stop. And right now the Cyclones, all they're worried about is just don't lose the football. No turnovers. No mistakes. Because the clock will take care of the rest of it. In the way the defense has played this evening, even if they have to punt it away one more time, the defense has played exceptional. Gave up that last drive for a touchdown. Here's Hughes, gives it off to Sparks again, and Sparks, no gain. Several tacklers in there for the Rockets. And it's a timeout for Little Rock Catholic. 1:16 on the clock. As the Cyclones trot out onto the field. Lane Reeves, number 14, is back at quarterback. He spent a little bit of time there. No, he isn't, as a matter of fact. There's Barrett Hughes, and Lane Reeves is running, looks like he's running at fullback. Give it off. Jacob Sparks picks up 2 or 3 tough yards and mainly just holds on to the football. The stop made by Matthew Tupatala. Number 63 made the stop. And now the Cyclone punt team comes onto the field. To punt the football deep into Catholic territory and hopefully let the defense cover the last few seconds of this football game. And a flag. That may be a delay of game against Russellville, trying to use up, it is, all the clock time that they could. So they won't mind this. 5 yards will place it back to the 30, between the 37 and the 38-yard line. And Zach Hocker will kick the football away. Twin receivers back for Catholic. That including Eric Redmond, number 35. Good snap. The kick is away. And it's going to be downed there by the Cyclones. We'll be right back. Short kick by the Cyclones, and with just 23 seconds left, not much time left for Catholic, and they're down 10. Bartlett steps up, throws, and it's complete. That's to Garrett Ekman, and Ekman has become Bartlett's favorite receiver here this evening in the second half and in the late going. They've had some success. 2nd down and 2, but the biggest ally for the Cyclones is the clock. Twins left, one receiver wide right. Bartlett throws, and incomplete. It was intended for Jeff Grimes. Was broken up by Jackson Jacobs, number 17 for the Cyclones. Almost had a pick. But the clock stops with 13 seconds left, and the Cyclones leading 16-6. And you hear the Cyclone fight song from the Russell Cyclone Marching Band. So Bartlett may have one or two more plays here left in this fourth quarter. You know the Cyclones are playing deep and that umbrella-type defense to make sure that no one gets behind them. Bartlett out of trouble. Throws, it's complete to Ekman once again. Ekman trying to keep his footing and gets down to the 30. Andrew Tryon made the stop. Quickly, the clock is stopped. There's a flag on the play. With just 3 seconds left. So that means one play possibly that's holding against Little Rock Catholic. So one more play. After the mark-off back to the 38-yard line, the Rockets will have it for one more play in the football game, barring a penalty. And a big win for the Cyclones. It's always great to win homecoming on a sloppy field. Firing, and the pass incomplete from Bartlett, and that's the football game. Russellville wins at 16-6. We'll be right back. Cyclone recap. The great plays of the second half. Here's a nice pickup by Andrew Tryon. Back upfield on a fine return. Here's Hughes, throws it underneath. Great play forward by Demarius Neal. Here's Hughes once again. Back to great form, throwing a long ball downfield, and there, making a great diving catch, was Avery and Collins. Great job, adjusted to the ball and came back for it. Here again, Barrett Hughes. Good to see him back in the lineup. Fires complete, and a big hit out of bounds by Redmond, knocking Collins out of bounds. Again, Hughes throws, it's complete, wide open on that play was Collins, and a nice run after catch from the senior. Here's Barrett Hughes. Throws over the middle, it's complete to Neal. Ooh, he took a hit but held on to the football. And there, the field goal from Zach Hocker. It is good. That made it 16-0 in favor of the Cyclones. Stepping up, Bartlett. He is really belted there. And now, of course, this play in which John Olson came down and tagged Redmond, but he didn't come up with the football. And another big stop by the Cyclone defense. Here's Bartlett. Ooh, he is sandwiched by 4 Cyclones. That's the way the defense played all night long. Here's Bartlett trying to get the ball downfield. Throws, and it's picked off by John Olson. He had 2 interceptions on the night, 3 total for the Cyclone defense. Here's Bartlett, again swarmed under by that Cyclone defense. Bartlett looking to throw, and oh, look out. Here comes that blitzing defense from the Cyclones. Rue Massey, Ty Osborne, and finally, whoop, Bartlett slips down, can't regain his footing. Bartlett, again, chased out of the pocket. Runs left. Just trying to get some yardage and dives toward the pylon. Didn't quite get the touchdown there, but he does here on the quarterback sneaker on the next play. Had to go in back first. The extra point try for 2 with a new quarterback in there, by the way, was no good. Broken up. And the Cyclones only allowed the 6 points, not the 2 extra for the 8. 16-6 the score. That's the Cyclone recap of the second half. Cyclones in front of the home stands and a very appreciative homecoming crowd for these Cyclones. There are the statistics: 126 yards on 12 of 23 passes for the Cyclones and 145 yards rushing on 24 rushes, 6 yards per carry average. A good balance for the Cyclone offense. Defensively, look at Rue Massey up there with 11 tackles in the ball game. What a night for Rue Massey. Of course, John Olson had 2 pass interceptions. He also a big contributor for the Cyclone defense. And there, of course, the fight song sung by the Cyclones. And here's Coach Jeff Holt.
Time game tonight, you guys brung it. I mean, you absolutely brung it. I told you they were going to be tough. They were scratching for a victory. Never gave them any hope. And that's fantastic. Great job for our community. Winning on homecoming. You guys go enjoy it. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. We need everybody back on Monday. You got it? Take care of everybody. All right? Celebrate it all weekend. Coaches will go to work. Listen to me. We owe Conway one. Hey, they took one right out of our heart last year. We got to make sure that doesn't happen again. Let's come back to work on Monday, all right? Great job. Go, yeah!
And of course, that's exactly what the Cyclones are pointing toward now, is arch nemesis Conway, who really stole one from the Cyclones a year ago. That's next in Cyclone football. Let's take a look at the players of the game. Brought to you by Russell Sports Photography. The offensive player of the game, Andrew Tryon. The defensive player of the game, John Olson. And the special teams player of the game, Blake Robinson. Those are your players of the game, brought to you by Russellville Sports Photography. See you next week.